Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Can't hear me?
There we go.
Oh,
Now I hear you.
okay, great.
Good.
Wow, look at all those records. That's
How
awesome.
are you doing today?
I'm well. I'm excited.
Good. I'm Sandy.
Yeah, we met back at the summit. You met everybody there though, so it's probably hard to remember everybody.
Are you a Vistage member?
Yes.
And what company you are affiliated with in regard to Vistage?
My law firm, Marquardt Law Firm.
I see. Okay. And what kind of law do you practice?
Business law and estate planning, like wills and trusts.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. So that's
Well,
why
I
I
guess
wanted to talk.
I guess the tech is working then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for jumping on early.
Okay, no problem.
I got your book here, got my drumsticks.
Awesome.
So I'm going to be talking a lot about your book. Hopefully we can get you some book sales from your website.
Good. That'll be great.
Yeah, and then I read in the book that you did some teaching about business law. Or
Yeah,
business.
in regard to the music business.
Music business, right? And so that sparked a question in me that have you ever seen that new Elvis movie?
Yes, I have. I watched it on a plane recently.
Yeah, and Tom Hanks played the bad manager.
He was very bad, and I think there's a lot more to him, Colonel Parker, than that movie let on.
Did you experience that or know anybody that had a bad manager?
Well, you know what? When you say bad manager, that's a matter of degrees.
Okay.
You know, I've had a bad manager, but it's nowhere to the extent of Colonel Tom Parker. But yeah, I've had, you know, that especially the further back you go in the music business, especially in the 50s and 60s, there was unscrupulous management everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they far outweighed the legitimate ones. But then as time went on and musicians got more aware of what they're signing and you know were told to pay attention before they put their name on a contract or an agreement, it's gotten better nowadays with modern technology, and we were able to vet people online to see their background and you know how other people felt about dealing with, you know, there's a checks and balances now with the advent of technology that we didn't have in the 50s. And you know so yeah, I've dealt with some bad managers that, you know, ripped me off, didn't pay me for certain things, and then you couldn't find them and things like that, but nothing as bad as like Bo Diddley had to put up with, and a lot of the 50s artists that signed they were poor, very poor artists, and they just signed any contract that was put in front of them.
That again?
But if you want to write down,
No, it's impossible.
oh, it is.
Because the link that I've sent you twice now has all of the clips.
Gotcha. Is it? Can I take a picture of like whatever you're trying to send, maybe? Then I can try to.
It's just the short link.
Oh, okay.
Hey Todd,
Yeah.
So you're trying to send. Okay.
just a quick question. Is it at all possible, is this going out live right at 11 Central, or is it being pre-recorded to put out live later?
It's going to be live on the radio,
Okay,
but recorded for video.
I see. Okay, that's fine, because I was going to suggest if we can go a little bit earlier, that would be awesome. But
I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, I agree to 11 and we're good. And how long does it usually last if it starts at 11?
An hour till 12.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Okay. I know you're probably super busy. It's a Saturday and everything.
Well, yeah, and we just got back from Malaysia a few days ago, so things are sort of in a state of flux around here. So, and
Right.
we're having company over for the weekend, so it's just there's a beehive of activity going on.
Okay.
But it's I'm here to fulfill my agreement, as your law firm likes to hear all the time.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that has impressed me most about you is I think it was on page 98 of the book. You said something about never get too big to where you don't um well, let me look at my outline here so that I can quote you
Okay.
about relationships. I've never forgotten to be thankful for the opportunity to be famous. That's just awesome.
Right. Well, that's the truth.
Yeah,
It's
your whole
the
story.
it's it's the truth. It's the opportunities. I had no idea, even though I had a goal in mind. I had no idea that it would manifest, and that that just leaves me to be grateful every single day when I wake up in the morning.
So when I'm a famous nationally syndicated radio host, I'll do the same.
Listen. It's been said that if you wake up in the morning being appreciative of the gifts that you've been given, it's impossible to be depressed at the same time.
Oh
You
yeah.
start your day with a sense of appreciation. Listen, you have your name on a shingle outside of a law firm.
Mhm.
How many young lawyers going through or just starting law school would love to be able to, have that vision in mind, but for that to be a reality, that you have your own law firm and your own podcast and your own radio show and
Right.
whatever. So, it's easy to be self-defeating, but when you think about the pluses in your life and in my life, it's very easy to forget about the negative stuff that's going on.
That's right. Now, this is a Christian radio station, and so you can talk freely about your faith. That's one of the letters and beats is your belief.
Correct.
So you
Correct.
can talk
Good.
about that.
Very good. That'll be awesome.
And then at the end of the show, when we talk about legacy, um, I want to focus on well, whatever you want to talk about, but I've seen a theme of how you want to transform people's lives, and you're unique. I talk to everybody about their legacy every single day, and there's not many people like you that want to transform people's lives. It's awesome.
It's so simple. The principle is really, really simple. That whole beats principle is
Hmm.
is really, really simple. But a lot of it's surprising how many people just either look past it, or they want to do everything on on their own, and think they're the master of the universe, and it's the world according to them, where if they just think out, think, they keep thinking within instead of thinking outside yourself, and how you can make other people's lives better, and that mindset makes your life better.
Yeah.
It's whatever you send out comes back. We're doing the interview now. You're getting some bonus footage right now. You know that,
Well,
right?
I just want to give you a heads up of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm totally open to talk about. You can broach any subject at all, and
okay.
I'm cool with it.
Is there someone in the music industry that you think is just a saint, that they help everybody?
Well, saint is kind of a strong word. But yeah, there are, there are many legitimate, quote unquote, legitimate artists that appreciate their bands and appreciate their fans and appreciate and are totally cognizant of the fact that their income and their lifestyle and their opulent lifestyle and their cars and their houses and whatever all comes from the fans. And there are artists like Billy Joel and Springsteen and Bono and McCartney. It's the artists that really care for their bands and care for their fans, and those are the artists that are in the Hall of Fame. And the Hall of Famers that I've had the pleasure of working with, like Bo Diddley and Joan Jett and Johnny Winter, all care about their band. They all have that in common, but
Okay.
they care about the people that buy their tickets.
That's
Now,
great.
is that brain surgery to feel that way? But there are a lot of artists that don't feel
Yeah,
that way.
right.
That get away from me. They have security around them 24/7. Leave me alone. They live on their lofty top of the mountain and they don't want to be bothered. But I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't walk around with a sandwich board on my back going, hey, I played with this one. I'm this one, thinking I'm any better than any other human being. It's just what I say in my presentation. I might have said it at San Antonio, but I treat my roadie the same way I treat the person whose name was on the marquee. I treat the janitor the same way I treat the CEO of the company. Everybody is basically on the same level because we all have that God-given soul in front of us, inside of us.
Amen.
And that's what makes us all the same. It makes us all the same. The guy playing guitar on the sidewalk, hoping they throw quarters in his guitar case, is the same as Paul McCartney playing for 100,000 people in a festival in Brazil. At the end of the day, those two people are the same.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Each week, attorney Todd Marquardt talks about the law. His mission with the Talk Law Radio show and podcast is to help you discover your legal issue blind spots. In the beginning, God had one law. Don't eat from the fruit of that tree. Then came the 10 Commandments. Now we have federal, state, and municipal lawmakers that won't stop creating new laws. Laws that might impact you without you knowing it. Listen to the show and drop a line on Facebook or email host@talklawradio.com and let the host know what you think of the show, the topics you want to hear, and whether you want to be a guest.